Today on the 5-Minute Sales Training, sales and teamwork. Stay tuned. Hey, everybody. Welcome once again to the 5-Minute Sales Training, where today we're talking about sales and teamwork. And in order to do that right, we'd love to have your participation. Just hit the like button if you don't mind, if you're enjoying these videos. And today we're going to bring on the newest member of the Shore Consulting team. He is here to be able to help us increase our influence and effectiveness and teamwork with builders, with warranty reps, with design center, everybody throughout the organization, not just sales. I'm thrilled to have Jeremiah Gore with us today on the 5-Minute Sales Training. Jeremiah, how you doing, my friend?
Hey, I'm good, Jeff. How are you?
Doing great. Thanks for joining us on the 5-Minute Sales Training. We're talking here today about teamwork and specifically about what salespeople can do to connect with those around them on the supporting team. And we know that it's a two-way street, but we want to take the lead. So what can salespeople do to improve the communication with people in their community teams?
Oh, for sure. I think, I think they can take some ownership of it, right? Like the old adage, if it's to be, it's up to me. And I think if sales teams can own that, that'd be great. But coming out of the last, 2 years, it's been rough. I think if they could just say thank you, just show some appreciation for what the teams in the field is doing, I think that would go a long way.
I just want to say thank you.
Hold on a second. Now, you're a construction, you know the construction world, you've run construction teams. Those guys don't care if you ever say thank you. They just are the gruff, no personality that they know of. Isn't that right?
That's what they'll want you to believe. But most anybody that's I will tell you, if you've been married to a man or you know a man, you will know that the greatest thing that you could tell us is that we're doing a good job. Just affirm us, appreciate. And so what we see is that personality pervades, whether it's a woman or a man. That personality that makes them so successful is the same one that's begging for someone to come along and say, you're doing a great job.
How do salespeople help those people to connect with their customers on a deeper level? Because oftentimes that customer conversation can be fraught with friction. So what can we do as sales professionals to sort of grease the skids there for the relationship between builders, between warranty reps, designers, whoever it is, and the actual home buying customer?
Yeah, I think really they could set them up for success, right? So don't set bear traps for them. Don't set false expectations. Don't promise something that you want them to go do. Don't promise that for them. And so don't set them up for failure. I think that's the biggest part of it. And then brag on them, right? Brag on them in front of them and behind their backs, but brag on your team to your buyers about how great your team is and how great your builders are. Not so fake that it comes across that way, but find the reasons why your builder's good and praise that part of it.
Hey, these guys are professionals. They're the best.
But you and I have talked about this in the past, the idea of emotional endorsement, where if you trust me and I am excited about something, then you get excited about that something. So it's the basis really for all referrals, whether we're talking about a movie or a restaurant or an individual. If you trust me, if I built that sort of trust with you and I say, I got to introduce you here to the guy that I would want building my home, that emotional endorsement goes a really long way.
Absolutely. And you take that high of buying a home and then you try to carry that through. And if you can praise that person that's going to carry them from that contract to close, not to steal the line from your book, but if we can do that and pass that along, it only sets that person up for more success than if we're just like, oh, here's your builder.
So we want to make sure that we're endorsing that the builder to the customer and to others on the community team as well. But then there's also the idea of what we're telling community team members about the customer. So how do we do that? How do we give them a head start on the relationship by letting them know this is what you need to know about that customer?
Yeah, I think the big part of that is if the salesperson does their job and does the 4-2 with the buyer, they completely understand that buyer's story. It's sharing that story with everyone that's going to interface with that buyer through a handoff process. We've seen some companies that will basically give the builders and designs folk and warranty staff, they'll give them access to the CRM. The basic and the most foundation of that is that they share the story of that buyer so that everyone that touches that buyer and everyone that comes into contact with that buyer knows that buyer's story and knows their pain. They know their dissatisfaction, but more so they know their future promise, and everyone can kind of come alongside them in that journey.
Put our service to the test.
Love it, love it, love it. Just the very, very last thing. How passionate are you about effective teams here? I mean, we've talked about it a little bit, but tell the group how passionate you are about effective teams.
It's well, Jeff, I'm so passionate about it. After 20 years in home building, I decided to hit the road and try and help other teams achieve it. So yeah, a career changer. But I will tell you, it's you see the impact that 4-2 makes on the sales floor. If we can make a fraction of that impact on the construction staff, purchasing staff, design center staff, and allow that to touch the buyer the rest of the way through, just imagine how much greater all of our jobs will be, for sure. So yeah, pretty exciting.
Jeremiah Gore, thanks for taking 5 minutes with us.
Thanks, Jeff.
There you go, everybody. So thrilled to have you with us today. Now go out there and change someone's world. And remember, until next time, learn more to earn more.